Good morning, Byram Hills. I would like to call the July 8th, 2025 meeting to order. So the Board of Education can go into executive session to discuss one matter, 2.1, district matter, individual employee. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
All in favor? All in favor? See you soon. Thank you. All right, Byram Hills, we are back. The board went into executive session at 7:55 to discuss one item, 2.1 district matter, individual employee. Would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, Jason, you guys have 1 second.
Sure.
Put Scott up on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning.
If you would announce where you are. Last year I did it.
No, you
You can, I did it last year. I did it last year in Delaware.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, I don't think that's.
Here he is.
Okay.
Hi, Scott.
Good morning, everyone.
All right. Any comments from the public? Seeing no one from the public, let's go to the reorg meeting. So Kelly, I turn it over to you for the oath for the elected board members.
So I'll start with you, Jason. You can just stand, raise your right hand. Just read the statement.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Byram Hills School District Board of Education member for the term of 3 years according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Stand, raise your right hand.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Byram Hills School District Board of Education member for the term of 3 years according to the best of my ability.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Byram Hills School District Board of Education member for the term of 3 years according to the best of my ability. Thank you.
And now we're at item 5.2, election of president and vice president. Back to you, Kelly.
So I'd just like to call for a nomination for the position of president of the board.
I nominate, someone's.
I nominate Lara Stengel.
I'm sorry, I was gonna say, yes. I nominate Lara Stengel.
So moved.
Give me a second.
So there,
Second. We need someone second.
Oh, second, I moved.
Oh,
One second, I'll second it.
Good, we need a second. All in favor of Lara Stengel for president?
Wow, we really need a reorg.
Yay, Thank you, Lara, for stepping up to that big responsibility.
congratulations.
Veteran president. It's a pleasure.
We appreciate
Thank
you.
Thank you, Lara.
Having said that, a call for a nomination for vice president.
I nominate Mia DiPietro.
Second.
All in favor?
Move, I move.
Moved.
Very smooth.
Thank you, Mia.
Scott's raising his hand.
Yes.
Scott did yes. Okay, so
For both of them.
you can just stand, and raise your right hand.
Yeah, if he gives his address.
Read that statement.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Byram Hills School District Board of Education President for the term of 1 year according to the best of my ability.
And I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Byram Hills School District Board of Education Vice President for the term of 1 year according to the best of my ability.
Thank you, Mina.
Thank you both very much.
Thank you both.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Just a quick comment, this is a pretty special moment that just happened, to take on the responsibility to be the president, the vice president, incoming president and vice president is a lot of personal time that is taken from all of you to help get this right for every single child, and I just want to thank you. Very strong district office support staff stems from a really strong Board of Education and strong teachers and aides and bus drivers, and you help to build this community by doing the work that you're doing, unpaid and without complaint. So thank you so much for that.
Congratulations.
We need you.
And thank you again to Jason and Melissa for a wonderful job,
Awesome.
this past year.
Thank you all. Okay, prior to revisions to the annual organizational agenda, I would like to call for a motion to add an action item, number 21, to the agenda before the annual organizational appointments for the approval of the superintendent's contract, terms, and employment beginning July 8th, 2025, today, through June 30th, 2029, 4 years. May I have a motion to add action item 21 to the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? With that being said, can I have a motion to now approve action item number 21?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? We put you back in?
You put me back in.
Thank you.
Good job, Tim, replaced and burned down under your own. Okay. Having approved action item number 21, I call for a motion to revise the annual organizational agenda to replace references in annual appointments number 7.2, 7.4, 7.20, 7.21, 7.22, 7.23, 7.25, 7.41 from District Superintendent to Jen Lamia. May I have a motion to amend item 7 of the annual organizational agenda as stated?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Now can I please have a motion to approve the revised agenda with revision to item number 7?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? And finally, motion to approve and adopt the revised agenda for items 7 through 9. 7 is the annual appointments, 8 is the readoption of all board policies, and 9 is resolutions. That's the reorg part of this
So
meeting.
moved.
Second.
All in favor? Okay. At this point, I would like to call for a motion to make 4 revisions to the regular meeting and consent agenda. 3 in item 11 personnel and 1 in item 13 business. The first and second revision is for personnel item number 11.24 and 11.25 to replace references of district superintendent to Jen Lamia.
So moved.
No, 2 more, sorry. Thank you. The third revision is to add personnel item 11.26, action item, to the consent agenda to approve the appointment of Jen Lamia as district superintendent effective July 8th, 2025. And the fourth and final revision is to add agenda item 13.32 to the business agenda for the approval of a per diem employee agreement with Chris Borsari for the 2025-2026 school year to serve as interim assistant principal at the Byram Hills High School beginning 7/21/2025. Can I have a motion to approve the 4 revisions to the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
And we, with that, welcome back Chris
Borsari.
Borsari.
Yes.
Former social studies teacher, former assistant principal, former principal.
That was just to revise these, one more.
Oh, one more, wait, I gotta wait. I'm just gonna say it anyway.
We
What does it matter?
didn't approve that yet.
Yeah, what does it matter? Then left to be superintendent elsewhere and fortunately is coming back
to his old stomping grounds to one of his earliest positions as assistant principal of the high school to help us while one of our assistant principals is on leave. We're very excited.
Excellent. And finally, motion to approve and adopt the revised consent agenda items, number 11, 12, and 13. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Okay, excellent. Now on to unfinished business. Let's see, we have 14.1, review of policies, second read, policies for annual review, 1900, parent, guardian, and family engagement, 6240, investments, 6700, purchasing, 6700R, purchasing regulation, 5300, code of conduct, and then for second read, there was new policy 5695, students and personnel electronic devices. Can I have a motion?
Second.
All in favor? Excellent.
That was a mouthful.
Yeah,
That was a mouthful.
there's a lot of organizations.
Okay, now we have new business, new business 15.1. Byram Hills School District-wide Safety and Emergency Management Plan. Can I have a motion to adopt the plan, please?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? 15.2, the adoption of the Professional Development Plan Recertification 2025-2026. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? And finally, the adoption of the School Counseling Plan. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Okay, before we move on to staff reports, I'm going to turn it over to Kelly for a few moments.
Do the oath or
Oh, yay. Happily.
just read that statement?
Thank you. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of the Byram Hills School District Superintendent for a term of 1 year, because it's an annual thing. I was like, what happened? 1 year, according to the best of my ability.
Every
Trying to
year.
get rid of this.
Thank you so much, Jen. We're so excited to have you back for 4 more
Thank you,
years.
thank you, I look forward to it.
We'll take it 1 year at a time.
1 year at a time.
Or as far as swearing you in.
Yes.
Okay, staff reports. I'll turn it over to you, Dr. Lavia.
So I don't have any staff reports right now, but I would like to thank our Board of Education, our district office staff for an incredible opening of our school year, for your support in helping me to do the work that I care so much about and in a community where I would like to be. That could not happen without the hard work of everybody sitting at this table, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
And that was it for me.
Thank you. Okay, Dr. Kaltenecker.
Good. Thanks.
You did a great job, Tim. Over the days.
Thanks for everything. Thanks for your support. I'm looking forward to an exciting year coming up curriculumly. We have a lot happening, and as we always
Retreat
do.
for the next 2 days with our administrators, which should be really
Can't wait
great,
to hear
very
about
strong,
that.
yeah.
We had an amazing 3 days of cyber camp with about 70 teachers in, learning about artificial intelligence and learning about other tools to apply in the classroom. We're doing some great work, so it's a busy summer with a lot of teachers doing a lot of curriculum projects, and thanks for your support.
Thank you, Tim. Thanks for everything.
Gina had how many people were at Mentor?
15 yesterday, there'll be about 30 today.
30 people at
Excited.
Mentor in an all-day Mentor event.
Okay,
Excellent.
excellent. All right, Kelly?
Very quick presentation in regards to our internal audit that was accepted today. So I just want to go through some of our corrective action plans and the steps we're going to take to remedy that issue. So the first recommendation was in regards to a written formal procedure. We're going to use the state guidance document to develop that procedure, discuss it with our advisors and our central treasurers at the beginning of the school year to understand what needs to be done in order to comply with the regulations. One of the recommendations was also relating to bank reconciliations being signed and dated. Again, this will be available in the formal written procedures, but we will ensure that it's signed on a monthly basis as it comes over to the district office. Ensure proper student involvement and achieve for compliance in accordance with state requirements. So we will evaluate each club to ensure students are appropriately participating. Any club that doesn't meet the student participation threshold will be restructured or closed.
And just a note, we do that. There's
Yes.
a mid-year and an end-of-the-year report that comes in with dates that you met and student rosters where students are signed in to see how many students attended each of those meetings. So this is just adding this to the overall compliance, but we do that anyway.
Yep, yeah, some of these things we also completely do, just another step to ensure compliance on this as well. Recommendation was to provide a segregated list by extra classroom and extracurricular activities and provide some more formal detailed list of student officers. We currently provide a list that has both. We'll switch to our two lists that'll include both clubs and extra classroom. Once the students are elected for their officer positions as well as in the club, we'll have a list and the advisors will quarterly review that to ensure that it is maintained and nothing has changed to meet that requirement. Clubs must take attendance, have agendas and minutes. That's something, again, we'll review with our written procedures, stress with our central treasurers that they need to collect those on a monthly basis. We're gonna develop a electronic system where students can take attendance that way, so we'll be able to log it in that way. It'll be a lot easier for our students, but again, that'll be something we'll talk to our advisors about. We'll send out to our students once we know who the student officers are, and have them complete that. Each club's student treasurer must maintain a set of financial records. So currently we have a Google Sheet for each club. So I'm gonna share that Google Sheet, I'm separated by club, share that with the officer of each club. And they'll, with the central treasurer, kind of do that on a monthly basis and check to make sure it matches. So that should meet that requirement for maintaining financial records. Fundraising, create a form for fundraising, and complete profit and loss statements. That's something we're gonna develop with the guidance from the state in their guidance document. And students will submit that form to the principal prior to any fundraising activities. Even if fundraising activities have taken place in the past, same event, they'll do that on an annual basis and we'll ensure compliance in terms of that. Profit and loss statement will be provided after every fundraising event. It'll be stapled to the back, so we'll have that record going forward. This is related to tax rates for our central treasurers. We're gonna create a template for our two central treasurers to use to calculate sales tax going forward. There was a minor error on one of our treasurers' tax rate in the report. This will ensure compliance in that section of the foundation, or the finding. All deposit records have a student's signature and are deposited timely. This comment was related to one deposit record, didn't have a student's signature, so we'll ensure, of course, it'll be in the written procedures, but going forward, we'll ensure that a student's signature is on that deposit as it comes up to the district office.
Approximately how many deposits did we have? Do you have any idea?
It's close to 100, yeah,
Close to 100 deposits, okay.
I'm estimating, yeah. Ensure that the student and advisor signatures are present in all supporting documentations prior to payment. Again, this was another comment as well. There were two where the student signature wasn't on the payment. So again, we'll ensure that going forward, it will be in the written procedures and reviewed with our central treasurers. But once it's set up, we'll ensure that those signatures are on the documents going forward. And that's it, quickly.
Can I ask a quick question, Kelly, sorry.
Yeah.
As far as,
Can you come back at some point, I don't know if the right time period is maybe 3 months, 4 months, just to give us an update, just to make sure everything's on track with this?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Do an update, yeah.
and my question just is about, I know that a lot of these kids who are in clubs are involved with so many things, and I
Yes.
know that something like taking minutes could be something that ends up being difficult to manage. Is there some sort of like software or
Yeah.
a voice to text kind of way to just,
We can look into
yeah,
that,
just to
but
help kids or keep it simple form or something?
the minutes only have
Repeat the
to,
question for Scott.
Scott, it was related to minutes for club advisors. If there was some simple software or AI kind of thing that could do that. So the minutes have to be very simple. It's only what they discussed. It could be a sentence. So the minutes don't have to be extreme detail, you know, we discussed the fundraising event for homecoming.
And maybe there's a
Yeah.
form or some easy Google
We're
form,
gonna try to
something they could do.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do it all
It's
Google
simple.
Electric, so it just doesn't have to be printed out and sent, it's just on the drive, so we're gonna create that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Zoom has, and Teams also has it, I'm sure Google Meets
Like
has it
transcribe
too.
or
They do,
something?
they have an AI
Yeah.
component that transcribes the meeting.
That's smart.
Maybe we could do like a Zoom participant in a live meeting and
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk to the clubs and see what each one wants to do, you know, if it's easier for them to do it that way, that's fine.
Just keep
I
it
have
busy.
a quick two-part question, so thank you so much for doing this because we wanted to know how we were, responding to the report. I see under the organizational reorg, 7.42 that we appointed, two central treasurers, which you mentioned. Is that something we had done previously or this is something new?
Every year, yep.
Every year we
Jim
do.
Gulick and Christina Pace, yep.
Okay, perfect. And then now will there be a meeting for all of the advisors, the club advisors to know
Yes.
about all these new
Yeah.
procedures and
Yeah, we're
when
talking-
is that supposed to take place?
We're gonna try to get some time on the first.
Okay.
Sometimes the advisors aren't completely set at that point, so it's gonna be, in the month of September, we're gonna.
And do
get everybody.
those advisors meet with the central treasurers like monthly to report back of how their clubs are doing? Like, how does that work usually?
It's, assistant principals for the most part, but Jim Gulick at the high school meets with them constantly because, you know, they have a deposit or they have they need a check or something like that. So it's kinda on a as-needed basis, but the assistant principals meet with them the most. But-
Okay.
So we're gonna bring everybody in.
Assistant principals do a training also of all club and activity advisors at the beginning of the year. They tell them what all the requirements are, what the mid-year report needs to look like, and the end of the year report, all of that.
Right, because it's just a lot, it's a very comprehensive list of what
Yeah.
needs to be, implemented
Yeah.
now, so it's just a lot.
A lot of it's just reminders, I mean.
Yeah, okay,
Are the teacher advisors going to have a checklist, like 7 days after you collect money? Or is there gonna be a checklist that
That's the state's stuff.
Yeah, and that written procedure where it's gonna have all the information, yeah.
And
The
aren't we
state,
tax exempt? Like,
We're
I
tax
saw,
exempt for certain-
someone was like
yeah,
figuring
for
out.
certain items, yeah, like T-shirts are taxable if you're, there's a lot of details, but if you
okay,
sell
perfect.
spaghetti and that's taxable, certain things are taxable, yeah.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much for
much.
that,
Thank
Kelly,
you
I
so
really
much.
appreciate,
Thanks,
yeah.
Kelly.
Very detailed, thank you.
Are there any board reports? None? Okay, great.
The only thing we have to note is August 27th and 28th, opening day. What? Already, faculty opening day, and we will start on the 27th at 9 o'clock with, I think, 8:30 milling around breakfast. We look forward to seeing the board at opening day.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Have a
much.
good summer.
Any communications to the board? Seeing none, can I
Will they
please,
send an invite? Will somebody know?
Yes.
Send an invite?
can I please have a motion to approve the Board of Education minutes from June 10th, 2025?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? And can I please have a motion to approve the minutes from the June 26th, 2025 meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? And can I please have a motion to adjourn today's meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? No one's opposed? Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
great summer.
Thanks, Scott.
Nice summer.